Hi, this is Karen Dice, publisher of Mortgage Currency, and this video is about a question that the staff of experts at the help desk get asked over and over again. How can a non-U.S. citizen get a mortgage loan? Now, in addition to interpreting the rules and regulations on a regular basis, one of the huge benefits of subscribing to Mortgage Currency is the help desk. This video was created because a subscriber simply wanted to know. This is just one example of how we do our research for you and provide you with the links and the backup documents to get more of your mortgage loan approved and not waste your time for those that don't have a snowball's chance in hell. Now, there are two types of non-citizens: permanent resident aliens who have a green card, which is usually blue in color. They have the same rights as U.S. citizens, which means they're eligible for a mortgage. And then you have the non-permanent resident aliens who have been allowed in the U.S. temporarily. Their approval to be here usually expires after a certain period of time, but under certain conditions and circumstances, they can also get a mortgage. Now, on the back of the 1003, as you know, a borrower has to declare if they're a permanent resident alien. And there's special documentation that you have to include in the file. They're eligible for both conventional and FHA financing, and even under VA, if they're foreign military serving in a U.S. military, they may qualify as well. As you know, they must have a valid Social Security number. I'm sure you've seen this as well, a sample of a permanent resident alien card. However, what you don't see as often is an I-551 stamp. If they don't have a permanent resident alien card, they have this issued to them temporarily, and it can be used instead of a permanent resident alien card. Now, if you find that your client does not have a green card, they may still qualify for an FHA loan, so let us show you how. Now, if they don't have the green card or the I-511 stamp, they still must have a valid Social Security number. Some Social Security cards have a stamp on them that says, "Not valid for work purposes." However, FHA says an individual's work status could change without the update being reflected on the Social Security card. So the Social Security card alone with that stamp does not stop them from getting a mortgage loan. They must have an employment authorization document, more commonly known as an EAD, issued by the Bureau of Citizenship and Immigrations. That's what has to be used. And here's an example of what it looks like. The red arrow by the category tells you the type of visa that they have been granted by the U.S. government. The other red arrow is the expiration date. If the EAD will expire within a one-year time period, FHA says that the EAD renewal history exists and the lender can consider that another extension will be granted. Now, this is a certain type of visa category list from the federal government. Now, on the following slides, you'll see the different categories, and as we go through each slide, you'll find a red arrow by the ones that qualify. There's basically nothing on this slide. And then we come to the H-1B as in boy, which stands for temporary worker in a specialty occupation. Next is an H-4, who is a dependent of an H-1B visa holder. Next is an L-1, which is an intra-company transferee. So somebody's coming from an overseas company to work in a division in the U.S. And an O-1, which stands for a person of extraordinary ability. I know that the type of visa descriptions that show up on this are not very clear on the PowerPoint presentation, so we're going to provide you with a free download so you have a reference of the types of visas that are available out there. Now here's a side-by-side comparison between Fannie and Freddie and FHA financing. FHA does have specific written rules in the 4155 HUD manual, including the ability to give loans to refugees and people who are under asylum in the U.S. They qualify for an FHA loan. Fannie and Freddie, in regards to the EAD, it's at the lender's discretion whether they're going to accept it or not, and they have no provision for asylum. Now here are a couple website links with additional information that might help you when an underwriter questions the validity of a legal resident alien status here. And we've also created a Mortgage Talking Points flyer for your real estate agents. You can personalize and send it in the mail, use it at sales meetings, cut and paste it, email it to demonstrate that you are the mortgage expert when it comes to knowing the rules. As I mentioned, one of the huge benefits of subscribing is the help desk. It's only $87 per quarter, and after breaking it down further, it's about $29 a month. But the biggest bang for your buck is the annual subscription. Now, people tell us that we don't charge enough money for our services, but don't you think that $297 is an inexpensive price to pay to save just one $2,000 commission by using the help desk? Because remember, if you know the rules, you'll rule the market. Thanks for listening.